Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies, as we left our case well in the thick of it last episode, as we come to the realization that the amazing Ninetales was not Rex Kyubi, but Damien Tenma. With this proving that Florent Labelle was the actual killer, we just need to get it out of Damien Tenma's lips. However, something comes to stop us. Hello. You have quite the active imagination. Mayor Tenma is not the amazing Ninetales.
Objection!
What do you mean? Well, has the mayor admitted to it yet? He was about to. But that's just... And even if he did admit to such nonsense, I would reveal the truth behind Tenma Taro. Right here. And now. What? Why, you would dare reveal the secret! My good friend the Alderman told me all about it. But it wouldn't be good to expose the truth. What with the superstitions now, would it? The truth behind Tenma Taro? What's he talking about? So go ahead, say it! Say, I am the amazing Ninetales. I dare you.
Objection!
Wait. Will somebody please explain what's going on here? Mayor Tenma will do anything to keep the truth behind Tenma Taro a secret. A dark, terrible truth that has been kept secret by the village superstitions. And if the mayor admits to being the amazing Ninetales, you'll expose the truth? Right! I won't have him walking free because of some nonsense you made up. So what now, Justice Stono? Without the mayor's admission, your fury is as useless as you are in battle. I'll show you who's useless. Apollo! Don't you dare give up now! I know. Your Honor, I believe Mr. Labelle's statements warrant a further or thorough cross-examination. After all, the true identity of the amazing Ninetales is the cornerstone of this case. You do have a point there. Please answer this court, Mr. Labelle. Is the defendant the amazing Ninetales or not? Here we go then. The amazing Ninetales' true identity. The amazing Ninetales' true identity is not Mayor Tenma. The mayor would never admit to such utter nonsense. But if he did admit to such nonsense, I will expose the truth behind Tenma Taro right here and now. And that would bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale, just as the superstitions say. Right. The truth about Tenma Taro. Talk about other potting into the fire. At this rate, the mayor will be found guilty for sure. Honestly speaking, if Mayor Damien Tenma is not the amazing Ninetales, I'm afraid I don't see how the defense has much of a case here. And let's just leave it at that, shall we? We all know Alderman Kyubi was the amazing Ninetales anyway. I mean, that's how Ninetales Vale made a comeback. The Alderman was so popular. There's got to be a hole in that testimony somewhere. But I don't even know where to start. Since we don't have any proof that the mayor is the amazing Ninetales, then we'll just have to get him to admit it himself. But if he admits it, Labelle's going to expose the secret behind Tenma Taro. We are so close, I know it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. I guess all I can do is press. All I can do is press. The amazing Ninetales' true identity is not Mayor Tenma.
Hold it!
This whole case only makes sense if the mayor is the amazing Ninetales. I know you used his mask to create this illusion of a locked room murder.
Silence!
Nothing more than idle speculation. You have no evidence now, have you?
Objection!
Mr. LaBelle knows what the statue originally looked like. That means he had to be in the fox chamber while it was still locked tight. Sorry, but I heard about the statue of Alderman Cuby. If you don't believe me, just ask him. Oh, but what's that? The Alderman's dead. Looks like the joke's on you, my sweaty little friend. Oh, proper joker now. Oh wait, his hair changed back. Apollo, you mind if I wring his neck? Wait in line, because I'm going first. Temper. Anyway. The mayor would never admit such utter nonsense.
Hold it!
The only nonsense here in this court is you and your assertions. Such anger is terrible for the skin, you know. Beauty is like a flower that blooms forth from a serene heart. Excuse me? I would expect a wilted peasant like you to understand. Perhaps this fragrance will help the blossom with your new bloom. You liked that, didn't you? Enough jabbering about blossoms and whatnot. Get on with your testimony before I slice you into a bouquet of cut flowers. Oh dear, please excuse me. As I was saying, the assertion of our wilted attorney here is utter nonsense. But if he did admit to such nonsense,
Hold it!
that's just a statement that's out there in the middle of nowhere. You'd be arrested, wouldn't you? Yes, it's true. I would be sacrificed upon the altar of justice despite my innocence. But what a terrible loss there would be for the future of humankind's cosmetic needs. It's a tragedy that must be averted. Defend me if you understand this. So what we're talking about is the hair products again here.
Silence!
The only terrible loss is the time wasted by your ceaseless yammering. If you would avert the tragedy awaiting you and that vexing visage of yours, then... Yes, I know. Get on with my testimony. Anyhow, suffice to say, should the mayor admit the defense's nonsense, I will make good on my threat and... I would expose the truth behind Tenmataro right here now.
Hold it!
And just how did you learn of this so-called truth behind Tenmataro? Alderman QB told me all about it. The secret of the Forbidden Chamber and the truth behind Tenmataro. Why would he share secrets like that with you, Mr. LaBelle? Because of the Alderman's wife. I was looking after her while she was hospitalized. He appreciated it so much, he shared the secrets with me. Wait, did he threaten the Alderman in addition to the mayor? Don't tell me that's how he learned how to open the Forbidden Chamber. Needless to say, I'm not above revealing the truth behind Tenmataro. And that would bring ruin upon Ninetales, just as the superstitions say.
Hold it!
Do not gaze upon Tenmataro. Do not tell others if you see him. Isn't that what the village superstition says? Exactly. Telling others what Tenmataro looks like would reveal the truth. That's why the superstitions were written down in the first place. And ruin coming to the village if you free him? Is that a warning not to expose the truth? Bingo! And that truth is, Tenmataro is a great, greed-inspiring fortune. That's what the whole battle over Ninetales Vale is all about. Tenmataro is a great fortune. Come to think of it. Oi, that is the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it. Said there's an amazing treasure in there. Could Tenmataro actually be the Forbidden Chamber treasure? It does, like, depict it as being that. Telling the villagers that Tenmataro is a terrifying yokai was to keep people away from it. It's what has scared them away from the Forbidden Chamber and the treasure within. That's how the treasure has been kept secret all this time. Well. It seems our ace attorney here has uncovered the truth that must not be revealed. Why? Mayor Tenma looks like he wants to keep the truth hidden as much as I do, but the treasure's gone. Tragedy is doomed to repeat itself as long as Tenmataro exists. That's why the secret must be protected. As long as Tenmataro exists, huh? But it doesn't. It's gone. Mr. LaBelle, please add that statement to your testimony. Tragedy is doomed to repeat as long as Tenmataro exists, but it doesn't anymore. Because it's gone. And what was in its place? The evidence we have not used yet again. Goal!
Objection!
Mr. LaBelle, what if Tenmataro no longer existed? Revealing the truth would no longer be an issue, would it? If Tenmataro no longer existed? What on earth are you talking about? Oh, apparently you haven't heard. Tenmataro no longer exists. But I guess you didn't get to do a thorough search after the key was taken from you. Because when we searched the Forbidden Chamber, there wasn't any treasure there. Really? Well, maybe you weren't looking in the right place. Sorry, but I have proof that Tenmataro no longer exists. Take a look at this figure. What do we have here? It looks like some sort of creature. We found this in the Forbidden Chamber. It's an Azuki Kozo figure. The great thief Azuki Kozo used to leave them at the scene of his crimes. Are you suggesting that the Tenmataro has been stolen? Yeah. Phineas Filch's grandfather, a master thief, was the culprit. And by that hideous, moronic caretaker's grandfather, no less? No! But my beautiful golden Tenmataro was... The greed inspired by Tenmataro can no longer bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale. Isn't that right, Mayor Tenma? The root of tragedy would indeed seem to be gone. In fact, I now recall the alderman revealing the secret to me on the day of our meeting. Now he's gone to normal tiger claws, hasn't he? Or fox claws, I guess. He must have been speaking of Tenmataro. For he said to me, the gold ingot was gone. The gold ingot? You mean the treasure that is Tenmataro's true form? Recall, if you will, the skull in the Forbidden Chamber. Tenmataro is the yellowish object found there. A giant gold ingot that my nomadic ancestors bestowed upon Ninetales Vale. In return for that gold, my ancestors did receive from Ninetales Vale land that would become Tenma Town. But drive the villagers mad with greed did that great fortune. Bitter was their greed-fueled battle. It was as if they were possessed. My ancestors' gold became as a curse upon their village. A curse of ruin. Thus it was that the yokai Tenmataro came to be. So Tenmataro and the village superstitions were merely fairy tales to scare people away. Fairy tale or not, Tenmataro made quite the mess of things. Yes indeed, for there is no greater monster than a mortal man's lust for gold. Well, do you know what they say? The love of money is the root of all evil. My ancestors did bring a terrible thing here to Ninetales Vale. A thing so terrible that Tenmataro, a monster just as terrible, had to be created to keep it a secret. Yet we have naught but love for the little village to which we owe our very existence. Tenma Town would never seek to take over Ninetales Vale in a merger. Oh my, that was quite a shocking lesson in history. Mr. Mayor, now that we know Tenmataro no longer exists, are you ready to admit your secret? You are the amazing Ninetales, aren't you? No! Don't do it! Please! No! Begone, you demented demon! Now, where was I? The Golden Lord of Yokai, the amazing Ninetales, is indeed me! And that means Jinxie. Yes? The man wearing the mayor's clothes you saw collapse in the Fox Chamber. Was he wearing the amazing Ninetales mask? Uh-huh. That's what made me think it was Papa. He said he was going to reveal his secret identity to Alderman QB that day, so... So, it really wasn't Papa I saw there, was it? It was Florence's idea from the start. He advised me to reveal my secret identity to the Alderman. Yeesh, Rube Goldberg machines have less elaborate setups than LaBelle's scheme. You may rest easy now, little Jinxie. That monstrous deception is through. Caw-caw, caw-caw! The true facts behind this case have finally come to light. Mayor Tenma did not kill Alderman QB. But Florent LaBelle did. How dare you, peasant! No!
Silence.
Oh, come on. Hi, Blackwell. Justice Dono. You should at least have a real blade in your hands if you desire to cross swords with me. Or have you mistaken this battlefield for a training ground? What's this guy want now? Evidence is like a razor-sharp blade that cuts through bone as though it were butter. But you have only blind guesses. A dull blade incapable of cutting even a cake. He has you there, Mr. Justice. After all, evidence is everything in a court of law. They're right. Let's see some evidence. Of course, a perfect being like me would leave any incriminating evidence behind. This is the final battle. Just as a samurai must live and die by the sword. You will live or die by the evidence you hold. My swift blade of judgment awaits. Now present your conclusive evidence. Or don't you have any? Oh, crud. Do I have anything conclusive? Well, of course I'm going to say, of course I do at this point in time. Evidence? Oh, I have evidence. Bluff, bluff, bluff. Yeah, you do? Of course. It's just the conclusive evidence we need to. Oh, yeah. I'm going to finally prove Mayor Tenma innocent. Here comes justice. What the hell? Okay, then. That's weird. We've got some kind of weird fort missile. Let's review the facts. The most damning evidence against the mayor was the crime scene itself. The mayor and the victim were the only two people found in the room. Also, we all thought the alderman was killed because he was the amazing Ninetales. But as we know now, of course, we were way off. The amazing Ninetales was really Mayor Damien Tenma. That's why when his daughter Jinxie saw the amazing Ninetales collapse at the scene, she mistook him for her father. Those are the facts, as we have revealed. However, Mr. LaBelle asserts that he did not leave any evidence of the scene of the crime. But he did say anything about evidence outside the crime scene. Maybe he isn't as clever as he thinks he is. Does any of the evidence found outside the crime scene provide any clues? The hand cream? Or the amazing Ninetales mask? Well, the amazing Ninetales mask is what we'd be looking for. What the hell? A clue inside the mask? Oh, I know. The amazing Ninetales mask. It was found washed up along the river. What sort of clue does that mask hold? The white hair. Which, of course, we know that Tenma doesn't have. And Rex QB didn't wear it. What about the hair left in the mask? Who does it belong to? Florent LaBelle, of course. Who's changed his hair mid-trial, which is going to not work well for him. The white hair is LaBelle's. Alright. That hair is Florent LaBelle's. Yes, now that's what I call conclusive evidence. Into his brain. Well, Mr. Justice, do you have any conclusive evidence to present to this court? Of course I do. Observe this mask, if you will. That mask? How is that conclusive evidence? It's not the mask itself, but the white hair inside it, which would DNA test really well. We originally thought it belonged to Alderman Rex Cuby. Yes, but the Amazing Nine tells us we now know is Mayor Tenma, so... That is correct. So the question is, whose hair could this be? And the answer to that is the last person who worn it before it was discarded. That would be you, Mr. Florent LaBelle. What are you talking about? I never had hideous white hair like that!
Silence.
It would appear your coup de grace failed to hit its mark. This freakish fop is not the white hair type. Because he's busy being one ludicrously garish colour or another.
Objection!
No, Prosecutor Blackwell. It's you who has made a fatal error. What? Remember where this mask was found? Washed up by the side of the river? With that in mind, this last piece of evidence will solve all of the remaining riddles. I don't know what the hair colour is, but it's definitely the hair colouring. We've got something like that. It doesn't tell us what colour it is, but it washes out with water. Wait, so his natural hair is white? Oh god, if he's dyeing it so much, then he needs a base colour to go to? So yeah, of course his natural hair is be white, I guess.
Take that!
Ah! That's... What is that? This is Mr. LaBelle's own private brand of hair colour. It washes out with just water. The court will also recall that the Amazing Ninetales mask washed up along the side of the village river with white hair inside it. What's this? Are you saying that Preening Peacock's hair colour is... That's exactly what I'm saying. Mr. LaBelle's hair colour is a freaky work of fiction. But thanks to the river flowing through Ninetales Vale, we now have a real-life expose. Ah! The white hair in this mask is conclusive evidence proving you're the real killer. A DNA test is all we need to prove it. We both know we'll get a match. Admit it. Florent LaBelle, you were the one who killed Alderman Rex Cuby. You peasant! How dare you! I profane my beauty like a bugger. I'm going to disturb you. You lighted the Alderman. No, the maker. Okay then. Oh god. Is this going to wash him out? It is. It is liquid after all. Hello, this is LaBelle. What? The project is off? This is LaBelle. The sponsors have pulled out. LaBelle speaking. I'm fired. You mean I'm no longer Mayor Tenma's aide? Well, I can say that right now. Hello, this is LaBelle. What? There's a stratospheric damages claim against me. $100 million. I'm finished! Washed up! Stick a fork in me, I'm done! This is preposterous! I, Simon Blackwell, defeated? Order! Order! Order in the court! I do wonder sometimes if I shout too loud in this mic. Well, this is quite the unexpected outcome. I must hand it to you, Mr. Justice. You really turned this case on its head, just like that other lawyer, Phoenix Wright. Wait, that was a compliment, right? Prosecutor Blackwell, what have you done with Florent LaBelle? A defaced man has withered like a flower without water. One of the officers is currently attending to him with a sprinkler. Wouldn't that just wash even more of his makeup off? Allow me to explain the actions of the guilty party in detail. The motive, of course, was to steal the gold ingot known as Tenmataro. However, few are allowed into the manor due to its cultural ties to Ninetales Vale. LaBelle set in motion plans to gain access to the manor and the gold within via the merger. But the efforts of the amazing Ninetales saw those plans come to a halt. And thus LaBelle murdered the alderman and attempted to pin the blame on Mayor Tenma. I see. What I still can't comprehend is why would he go after the gold in the first place? It's gold. Miss LaBelle doesn't look like someone who's in need of financial aid. LaBelle hid his past well, much like he hid his beauty with makeup. He's mired in debt. Debt due to pouring money into a brand only he could love. Well, technically, yeah, it's a brand that only he had. He wasn't selling anything, which is why he sought the gold with such veracity. Too bad for him, someone else had gotten to it first anyway. I see. Very well then. I believe it's time I declared a verdict. This court finds the defendant, Damien Tenma. So we have our not guilty verdicts. But he's still doing his weirdness. And we are very, very happy. Is that technically like Athena's first win case? Go Athena! Court is adjourned. Alright then. I definitely thought we were nearing the end of that case a lot earlier than I thought for this episode to have to be split into two. But still, it's crazy. We got there! That was some seriously good lawyering, Apollo. Even I didn't see that coming. Haha, just got lucky, I guess. You banished Tenmataro from Ninetales Vale like you were some kind of exorcist. There's still one thing I don't understand. How come Mr. LaBelle didn't kill Mayor Tenma too? He could have set it up so the mayor murdered the alderman, then died from a counterattack. And that would have removed at least one possible fly from the ointment. But he still probably wanted money. I was wondering about that too. And I have a hunch LaBelle was biding his time. He was planning on exposing the amazing Ninetales' true identity himself. Probably make some money from the paparazzi, to be fair. Huh? But why? Because the mayor was the amazing Ninetales. Had LaBelle succeeded in framing Mayor Tenma for the alderman's murder, the wrestler's popularity would have plummeted once his identity was revealed. Oh, I get it. If the amazing Ninetales was just killed, he'd die a hero. But if he was proved a villain, his fans would abandon him, making the merger that much easier. Right. Then when the merger was complete and everything cooled down, he'd be able to search the Forbidden Chamber at his leisure. What an insanely intricate plot! Caw! A most excellent job clearing my name. A feat worthy of the Demon Lord's approval. Why are you acting like Tenmataro again? Let this be of no concern to you. How can it not concern me? Tenmataro, be gone! Gah! Jinxie! Seems like ages since I've laid eyes on you. Papa, you're finally back! Yes, it would seem Tenmataro is no match for you. Ha 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 ha. I'm not scared of that silly yokai anymore. Your father's a free man now, Jinxie. Isn't that great? Thank you for all you've done. Seeing you guys in action, it made me feel like I don't have to be afraid anymore. Wait, is Jinxie actually smiling? This is all thanks to you two. Too bad the amazing Ninetales will have to retire, though. Ah, how come? Once everyone hears I'm the amazing Ninetales, my fan base will nosedive. After all, I'm not the most popular of people. Another reason for my secret identity. I don't see how I could possibly continue. Haha, I think you've misjudged yourself. Take a look outside. Say, now that you mention it, what's all that noise out there? A big crowd gathered outside the courthouse once the news broke. Seems they want to get a glimpse of Mayor Damien Tenma, the man behind the mask. And to root for your return to the wrestling ring. Recruiting? For me? But I thought I was nothing more than a malefactor in their eyes. The only one who really matters is Jinxie. Show how cool you really are. Yeah, you're the coolest when you're out there fighting in the ring, Papa. Jinxie. Here, I think you'll be needing this. Last is quite obvious.
Take that!
Give him his mask if he's going out there. Thank you. Now, if you would excuse me. Huh? I don't want to keep my fans waiting. What?
Nine tails fail forever!
Wait, he's too sweeting. I'm sure they can settle the problem between Timber Town and Ninetales Vale. Me too. I'm sure they'll be fine. After all, the blackmailer / killer is behind bars, and the merger's no longer an issue. Plus, the Amazing Ninetales is obviously still a hit, and I suspect Ninetales Vale will be too. And it's all because we believed in our client, just like you said. Okay, people. Now that we've got that one in the bag, let's go get something to eat. I'm starving. Sounds good. I've been so nervous I haven't eaten since yesterday. Better keep eating, Apollo. Or you might have to start looking up at me. Huh? I'm definitely past my growth phase, and you should be about past yours too. Are you kidding me? I'm just getting started. Ready or not, it's face stuffing time. Keep eating like that, and the only direction you'll grow is sideways. Very funny. Now I've got a hollow leg. I can eat as much as I want without gaining an ounce. Really? Well, I can't wait to see this. Calories? Ha! Just let them try to stick on me. Alright, already you two. Let's get going before the old man closes shop. Eldoon's Noodles isn't an all-night stand, you know. Oh, Mr. Wright, let's go and eat our lovely noodles. Rainwater noodles. From a tin roof. All mold. And salt. Celebratory. I've been waiting to have a bowl from there ever since Mr. Wright told me about them. Well, what are we waiting for? The noodles are on me today, so I expect some serious eating from you two. Yay! Thanks, boss! I never knew I wanted food poisoning that bad. I won't let you down. Athena has no idea what she's getting into. Mr. Eldoon's noodles are so hot and salty. 2 bowls would kill a man. Well, that was our first case together. And it felt like nothing could bring us down after that. The dark age of the law seems so distant, so irrelevant to our small, cozy office. But little did I know, it had been lurking all along, right there behind us. The first time it made itself known was during the murder at Femis Legal Academy. That case would mark the twilight before the dark, cold night that was to come. Now that said, as we finish up another case, there is a case to do before the next case in the main game in terms of chronology. So before we move on to Turnabout Academy, there is actually a DLC Turnabout as well. So with an extra long episode that will be split into 2 normal episodes, hooray. I just don't know when it will end, and I thought it would end a lot earlier than that, that's for sure. We move on to, chronologically, the next chapter. Next time on Phoenix Wright, Dual Destinies. I hope you enjoy as we get our happy ever after with our 2 sweeting, amazing Ninetales. Well, happily ever after someone died. But you know, we do what we can. We don't stop the murders, we solve the murders. That's what we do. I'll see you next time for more Phoenix Wright. Bye-bye.